welcome back to our channel. Have you guys been keeping up with the Gamas? So today we have the most awaited or requested,
I think most requested video
on our channel.
Everyone's been waiting
on our
for
Instagrams.
Yeah.
So if you guys already know from the title and from the, what is it called, the thumbnail,
what's about
so
to go.
we can
showing you guys how we edit our photos. Well,
Yeah.
not show you, but it's kind of like a beginner guide to like Lightroom, because everyone wants to know how do you get Lightroom presets, how
do you use it,
and stuff like that, and how to pick Lightroom presets for you.
Yeah.
So let's start off with our experience.
Okay.
So with my experience, guys, I remember when I first discovered a Lightroom, I saw all these like famous, would you say famous bloggers?
Yeah.
Famous bloggers
using it, and you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I didn't understand what it was. And at first people used to be like, it was Visco. I was like, no man, it's not Visco.
And then there's so many apps. There was Visco, there was Afterlight, there was so many different apps. But you would never get that filter or the type of look you were going for. You would never,
because you only saw that with photos that were edited with Lightroom.
Yeah.
So eventually we discovered Lightroom, and when I would notice that this person was using Lightroom, much like yourselves, I did ask, sorry, what Lightroom preset are you using? And obviously, we've heard this many times, guys. It's okay. People do call it their intellectual
But I do understand.
property. And it's very understandable because, guys,
Yeah.
after I discovered Lightroom and how much work it goes into making one preset, I would understand why someone just doesn't want to go and give that away for free or whatever.
Or why they would rather sell it if
they spend that much time perfecting it. So basically that's my experience with Lightroom. And then I told my sisters, like, I really like Lightroom, but I need you to help me figure this out. And then,
because I'm the CIA or whatever you call it. If you need someone to investigate something for you,
whenever I want to find something,
to me,
she's my girl.
So my sister first downloaded Lightroom, but obviously she played around a bit with it, but it still wasn't perfect and we're not achieving like the type of pictures we're going for. So I then followed this guy on YouTube, and he would literally like take you on a step-by-step of how to create a preset. So I would watch and pause like every 2 seconds and do whatever he was doing on his computer and doing it on my phone. But obviously, like, people don't really tell you like, okay, certain presets will work for a certain camera, certain presets will work for an iPhone. So obviously I was using his type of presets on my iPhone 6 and it didn't look so great. Sometimes it would come out totally different. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just over sitting like for hours and hours trying to figure this thing out. So I then decided to put in some more research and put in my CIA hat. And she found the answer.
Guys.
All of you guys. Well, I had to find it for myself first and try it out for a bit.
Yeah.
And I've been getting like a lot of questions like, oh my gosh, we love how your feed looks. Can you please share your presets?
Guys,
and I've just been rather
like, if
quiet.
We're gonna
put it somewhere here.
Scroll through Tina's feed so you guys can get an understanding of
it's not the best, but I think it looks quite
It's not
good.
as messy as mine.
Yours is not that messy, but it's just that mine is more, flows.
It flows because you've got the time, baby girl. Me, I must just post.
I don't have the time. I mean, guys, if you really want something, like I always say, you'll make time to find it. But anyways, we found this app called Presetters. And it is Apple or iOS and Android friendly. So you just go onto I'm just gonna record my screen over here and show you guys. So you just go onto the App Store and you will type Presetters and search for it. And obviously because I already have it, it just asks me to open it, and I will open it like that. And obviously you will download it first, and when you open, you see that there is gang gang.
Presets. You don't need to
There's
work.
Free presets, and there is presets that you can purchase as well for yourself. But obviously, I mean, if there's like thousands and thousands of free presets, why would you want to pay for them? Unless you want like a specific look. But yeah, there's a whole lot of presets on there that you can pick from. But Thandi will be going into detail on how to pick the right preset for you and whether you're using a photo camera.
Yeah,
so she will explain that.
There's loads. They load them like they add more.
Yeah, you can go. So what I do is I go every week.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do.
No, I just feel like when I feel like I want to change up my feed, that's why I go search for a new one.
Yeah.
But like they literally load more every week, and you can go through them and be like, okay, fine, I like this preset. You can download it, try it out. If it doesn't work for you, delete it. The main point is that with this app, guys, those presets are free. And if you're someone who is generally like, you don't think you can do this whole thing of now going reduce the here, okay, follow this person, reduce there, and when they say increase here and then they say increase, like if you understand that you do not want to go through that work, you just want a preset that's been created for you, but you also don't want to pay for it, this is the app for you.
Okay, and then most importantly, you'll need to download Lightroom, because you cannot use presetters without Lightroom. So you will do the exact same thing. You will go, whether it's your Google app, I'm not sure what app thing is on Android, but on iPhone, you will go to App Store and just type out Lightroom, search. It will pop up. It looks like this. It says Adobe Lightroom Photo, You will click on download, and then once it's done downloading, you will open. And obviously, because I've already had it, you guys can just see all the photos that I've edited on my Lightroom. So we'll quickly just go into editing a couple of photos. And I just want to tell you guys that sometimes, even if the lighting is not as great, just take the photo anyways and try it out so what I usually do is I'll take like maybe 5 photos, try one into Lightroom with my filter and see how it looks, then go back and adjust the lighting as I take with my camera, because then I know what it looks like with the filter on.
Because what people don't tell you also when it comes to Lightroom, one of the most important thing is your source of light. Your source of light shouldn't be very bright because in Lightroom, that brightens your picture. So the darker the image, the better. So don't be one of those people that actually like locks your phone and brightens the picture up immediately. No, just take it at its like in a normal,
like when you just open the camera, just take the photo.
Just take it in that light. Don't edit anything around light in your picture before editing. So take it raw as possible. Okay,
so what I will do is should we download a preset first? How to download a preset? Yes.
Okay,
so we'll open up presetters and we will randomly pick a filter. Let's pick this one. It's got a black girl, so we're gonna pick it. You go download, it will go onto your Safari. You click on download over there, and then it will download there. As you can see, you will click on it. When you click on it, it will look like that. Then you want to go to this little box with an arrow at the top. You will click on that, and then you will click on the Lightroom, and then it will ask you to launch Lightroom now. You click yes, and then the photo will appear in your Lightroom. You click onto that. It usually says DNG or something like that.
It'll be a DNG file.
Yeah, it will be a DNG file. You click onto that photo, and then there's these 3 dots at the top. You click on those. You click create preset. And what I usually do is, well, what we both like doing is we name the filter the exact same name as it appears on presets.
Yeah.
Just so that next time when you want to download more,
you're not confused and you don't end up downloading the same thing and thinking you've got 2 different presets.
So we will check what it was called, muted green. So we will call it muted green.
And another tip, sometimes when they name the preset, it's already suggesting what sort of images this will look great on. So muted green means it's gonna look great in images that have green. And I think that is a neon green. So obviously if you are someone that likes to wear neon green but you don't want it to pop like highly neon on your feed, you will use that to mute it down. But it doesn't mean this muted green filter is gonna look great when you wear black, because it's gonna mute the black.
Let's just see how it goes. But we've downloaded it, we've saved it. Now we go back. I don't think I'm gonna be using that muted green to edit my photos, because that is not my filter. I'll just show you guys random filters that I have on my Lightroom. So we will start with a photo that we've saved. So I've just saved a couple of photos in my favorites. I will click this over here because this was one photo that got so many likes. You guys can see the before. This is what it actually looked like. It was dark, it looked disgusting. The plane doesn't even look nice. You can't even see the book properly. You can't see my hand. But anyways, yeah. So what I usually start with is that most of these presets have this optics thing over here, which enables the lens corrections. I don't like that because it makes the photo, it sort of widens it. So even if it's like your face, it will sort of widen your face and make you look fat. So I just switch that off with my photos. After that, I go to the presets, and I've downloaded a couple. So we'll just test out a few. Let's just see what beach sunset looks like. No, it's got like a yellow, and then we've got this beachy one over here. So people that like white feel, you would use something like this. I will go on to mine. It looks like that. It didn't look great. What I did was I brightened the exposure, I think. I made it a little brighter. So even if you get a preset, just know it's not gonna work for every photo. You're gonna have to adjust a couple of things for it to look good. As you guys can see already with the exposure, it looks good. And then at times I like to brighten my whites. I don't think I did on this one. I think I just brightened it too much. Something like that. And if you want to make your blacks a little darker, you can play around with that. Your shadows as well, you can play around with it. I think for that I didn't do much. I don't usually play around with color, only if I'm trying to get the saturation a bit, you know, get myself a bit more color on my face or my body. And then on effects, I will try use clarity sometimes, but from a beauty influencer side of view, what do you think of clarity?
Do not use, so clarity, you can use it on your normal posts like full body, but do not use that on your selfies. Oh my gosh, if you're a person with pores, your pores will be
popping, and you don't want your pores
oily,
popping.
it'll be
So, but a photo like this, you can definitely
use
increase the clarity, but just a little bit. Don't overdo it with clarity, otherwise your photo will just look So that's it. And then I always go up with the sharpening, because I always feel like when you save your photo,
Instagram decreases quality when you upload your photo. So you want to definitely sharpen it so that when they decrease that quality, it still has that level of sharpness. But just don't overdo the sharpness where now your photo starts to look grainy. That's not great.
But for this, it obviously looks okay. I'm not sure if you can see that. And that was it. Where is it? That's the photo. From what it looked like from this to that, and you're done. See?
Okay, so she's gonna edit one more photo for us so you guys can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit one more photo. Let's just take this one of Tandy. So this is what the photo actually looked like in the beginning. And obviously, we want to remove the optic lens. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. You see? I can see it, maybe because I'm so used to it. And then we go to the filter, apply it. It already looks good. I don't think I did much to this one. And then we sharpen it a bit, because it's a human. You don't want to over sharpen at times.
You don't want to over sharpen because then it's on the face.
And then sometimes you can even do noise reduction. Like for her skin, it will make her skin look nice. If you guys can see, it makes the skin look nice. And sometimes if you've got curly hair, it sort of doesn't show the, what do you call it? The hair that's just everywhere. And then you save and you're done. So that's what it looks like. And to save the photo onto your phone, you will just go back. Oh my gosh.
A bird just hit. Flew into our window. Oh my god.
So say if you go click at the top over there and then you export to camera roll and then you are done. Okay.
Alright, so another question people always have is, obviously Lightroom is a paid for service, right? There's the 79 Rand fee. Everyone sees it. It's like, okay, you pay for it, do you not pay for it? So you can download the app and then go to your, switch it off, don't pay for it, switch off the subscription. Because obviously it does give that 7-day thing.
The trial, yes.
The trial. And then it'll say it'll charge you. After the 7 days, you can switch it off, and with the presets that you saved, you can still use everything else without paying for it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so there's certain images like so if we go on my feed, I'll show you guys the picture here. So it's like I'm at the beach, right? So the background was bright because that's like the filter I've been using on all my other photos. But the issue is that because the lighting is different from all the images that I had been taking at night, my skin tone was quite gray. It didn't look the same. It was just as washed out as the beach was. So in order for me to edit my skin, I had to use a brush to select my skin and edit that separately. So if you want to be able to do things like that, that's when you would have to pay for Lightroom on a monthly subscription basis. But if you're someone that is okay with just applying one filter on the whole photo and you don't want to make certain edits, then
it's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
I do that.
Yeah. And then there's some people I know, like sometimes you have your favorite filter, because I know with like presets, they tend to like change colors such as yellow, orange, or your reds or whatever. If you want like that color to remain, like I wore a yellow top the other day and I wanted the yellow to still stand out, I went over the top and I edited that separately and kept the color and removed the preset off my top, whereas the rest of the photo was still filtered. So that would definitely be a video for another day, I think.
But I think, sorry to cut you, another solution to that is don't force yourself to stick to using one filter, because my filter definitely does not work on green. So if I have, let's say, the beach or something, I will tend to use a different filter from what I will use like on me personally. So don't just stick to one filter and think, okay, I found this filter, it looks great on me, I will use it on everything. That's not how it works. Try different filters and see how they work. And I think this leads us to another point, that download an app. You could download this app called Unum, I don't know what it's called, that allows you to put your photos, arrange your photos before you actually post them onto Instagram. So you see how they work around and you can play around with your filters.
And so one of the last points that was important is how to pick a Lightroom filter. So I'm just gonna show you guys. Okay guys, so I'm going to be going through this. So literally I'm going through how do you pick a Lightroom filter. So if we open this one, right, you guys can see this is a white girl. If it's a white girl, and you can see her skin is very like, it looks tan. She wants to look tan, and obviously the orange there is much more like, I don't know, it won't work on a person that's dark skin. When you download a preset like this is why you tend to look orange. And like obviously a lot of people always like, I don't like presets because I don't want to look orange.
You don't have to look orange.
You don't have to look orange. There's so many presets that won't make you look orange. If I look at this photo here, if you're someone that's using a phone, when you see how blurred this background is, this is because they're using a specific lens that blurs the background. Then I know somebody used a professional camera for this. So I would only save this filter if I know I'm going to be using this on photos that I've taken with my DSLR and not exactly photos. This photo here is very washed out. It's not, this preset is not going to be look friendly on photos that I've taken in the city. This was taken in Turkey. Also understand that if it's taken in a specific area, it might work for the light there and how the sun shines there.
That's one thing I can say as well, now that you remind me. When I took photos in Zurich, I used a certain filter. If I try to use that filter here in South Africa, it sometimes doesn't work. So it all depends on where you are location-wise.
Yeah, so like this, I can see the background is not blurred out at all. The orange is quite defined. So I know this will work on a photo because this was probably taken with an iPhone.
Or just a phone in general.
Just a normal phone in general. So the only thing is to sometimes get them and test them out. But one thing, if you want to know if a photo was taken with you just need to like just always check if it's taken with a phone or whatever. And that's another thing people don't tell you when you buy presets, and that's one of the questions you should look at, because sometimes you spend like 300 Rand on a preset package, whereas this preset package was designed for a DSLR and not exactly a phone. So keep in mind when you want to buy presets, are they designed for your phone or are they designed for a camera? Yeah. True. And I think that was like our last point.
Yeah, you guys have been asking. It's not that much.
It's not that much. It's not like
just taking your time.
And people think everyone is trying to be selfish. Nobody's really trying to be selfish out there. It's just that it's not an easy thing to explain in like just responding in a message to say, okay, I use Lightroom, but this is how it works or whatever. But if you do
also at the
research,
same time, you need to understand this is people's jobs.
Yeah.
And you can't just be giving your Lightroom preset out there when it's, I mean, brands pay you to post these photos and whatever because they know
that way.
They're gonna look a specific way.
Yeah, so don't hate on the influence guys. They love you. That's why some of them are selling you these presets. But all we came to say is if you don't want to work for it and you don't want to spend your money on it, you can download this app. And that's pretty much it from us. I will do a video.
My sleepless nights, wink wink.
Yes, guys, please do send a special shout out to Tina, because I literally asked her to do this investigation and she came through for us. She really did.
You need anyone to investigate.
Guys, whenever you have a crush and you need her to find out something.
Yes, I am here for you. I am here. What's that show?
Huh? What show?
Yajola 99.
Yajola 99, yeah. She's another
version. You guys
version.
need someone. I'm available.
Especially on the socials.
I'm available.
Every day.
Hey, like Zuma.
I'm available. Okay, so I guess that's it from us today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank you so much, guys.
I
guess we'll see you on the next one. And please do suggest what you'd like to see.
Yes, we want to know what you guys want to see on the channel again. Like, okay, we know we're still locked in for a few more days, but let us know down below. What would you like to see? It's kind of not easy to vlog because we're still working actually full time. Yeah, people think we're chilling at home. We're actually not. She actually has an office like right behind over there.
That's packed away for the weekend.
Yeah, so yeah, but thank you for watching.
You guys for watching. I hope you guys do enjoy this, and if you do download and try out these filters, please do tag us on
Instagram. Do tag us on Twitter as well.
You can show us your before and afters, and we would really love it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this app as much as we've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
so yeah, much love. Bye. Bye.
Let's go.
Hey guys!
We're supposed to do a countdown.
We have the most awaited. How's the proper English? The most awaited or requested.
The most requested video on our channel.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey guys, come to keep up.